Let's practice inserting data in cells and ranges in Excel 2013. We have this file here you can download from sdrv.ms/capital J X capital N capital J capital O capital M. So once you have this file, let's click on column A and drag to column B, right click and go to delete. So we deleted the two columns. We're going to delete this row 1 by hovering over the number 1, right click and go to delete. Now the nice thing to know about Excel is that when you highlight a certain range, you're actually copying, Control C, you're copying the information, the data, as well as the formatting. So if I were to paste here in A8, you can see that you still have the nice shaded titles here, as well as if you click over the formulas is referring to the above cells. I'm going to press Control Z to undo that. So let's try copying this sales column here, Control C, and I'm going to try going over here and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste the values only. That's the second paste option. When you right click and paste and choose the second option, values, you can see that over here the number 7600 has no formula in the formula bar. So this is not ideal when you want to keep the formula. And of course this sales is not shaded, it's not centered, it did not retain its formatting. Let's press Ctrl Z to undo. So we have this information copied here. This time I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste the formulas. So when you paste this, notice how the formula for the number 7600, which is the total sales, indeed does have the formula retained. Now when you look at the sales title here, it's not centered, it's not shaded, so the formatting is not copied over. Let's press Ctrl Z to undo. This time I'm going to right click, I'm going to paste the formatting only, which is the second last option. And you can see here that we don't have the actual data, but we do have the formatting of the cells, which was the nice shaded box as well as with the thick lines. Let's press Ctrl Z. So with the knowledge that we have thus far, we should be able to rearrange these columns. If you want to rearrange the sales and the ratings, the average rating is 4.13. Let's work on that. Let's try copying this information here in the rating. I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy. And we're going to paste over here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste the formulas only because I do want to retain the formulas. If I paste this, you can see the number 4.125 actually does have a nice formula here in the formula bar. And now that we've made a temporary copy of this information, I don't feel so bad about overwriting the information. So I'm going to take the sales information, I'm going to go Ctrl C, which is copy, and I'm going to right click here in C1. And I'm going to paste the formulas only. So the formulas here would be pasted such that we have all the information as well as with the proper sum formula. In this case, I actually don't want to have the decimals, so I'm going to just slap these two buttons here, the decrease decimal twice. And I'm going to go back to my rating information here. I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy it. And I'm going to right click and paste the formulas only. So the reason why I pasted the formulas and not just the whole thing is because the formatting of this table is quite specific. This formatting here is such that the thick line is on the outsides only. And if I were to just copy and paste, let me just try that right now. If I were to copy this, Ctrl C, and right click, if I were to just paste the whole thing, you can see that this line here, the formatting of the outside line is also copied over. It's going to ruin my table. So that's why I'm pasting the formulas only. Press Ctrl Z to undo that. So now we've successfully swapped the sales and the rating. And of course, if you don't like the decimals there, you can always go to the decrease decimal button here. And of course, we can get rid of this temporary information by highlighting it and pressing delete. Now what about point number 5, shifting data? If we were to copy this table by clicking and dragging and pressing Control C, what would happen if I tried to paste it right on top of this word Excel Rocks? So let me try pasting it here in A8, right click. For it to paste it, what happens is that it simply overwrites this information. So let's right click in cell A8. I'm going to paste it, or press Control V to paste more quickly, and you can see my previous information is just obliterated. It's gone. So let's press Control Z to undo that. Let's try something else. Let's try right clicking and choosing Insert Copied Cells. When we choose Insert Copied Cells, a little Insert Paste pop-up dialog box comes up, giving us the option of shifting the cells either down or to the right. Let's choose down and see what happens. Click OK. You can see that instead of overwriting this information Excel 2013 Rocks is pushed down. Finally, let's play with transposing data. I'm going to press Control Z to undo this. I'm going to just delete this. Let's copy these different directions, north, east, south, west. Control C to copy. If you have a nice long list of information running down a column, we can actually transpose it to become a row. I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose the paste option called transpose. You can see here that we're transposing, and this information looks a bit strange because of the formatting. So of course you can do the same thing without the formatting. So let me just try that again. So I'm going to press Control Z to undo. I'm going to right click, paste the values only, and now that we have the values only without the borders, I'm going to recopy it by pressing Control C, and you can just transpose it over here in C8. Right click, I'm going to transpose it, and you can see it just shoots it towards the right. And similarly, you can recopy this transposed information that runs across the row and reflip it back to a column. I'm going to press Control C to copy, and I'm just going to, for fun, I'm going to create a new sheet, and in this new sheet I'm going to right click and I'm going to transpose again. So we went from, let me just make this column a bit wider here, we went from row back to column.